Hey everybody, Craig Cottle, Director of Nature Reliance School, coming to you today from Kentucky, where we don't normally get sub-zero temps, but right now we're experiencing something around 20 below. So glad you're with us. So we had a number of folks that we called around in the area and found out an average temperature, and you can see this obviously, but I like talking to people. So anyway, so around 20 below zero, which again is common for a lot of you folks that live up north, not so common for us. So it's a good opportunity for me to get out and talk about a couple of things. First off, my wife knows exactly where I am. She knows exactly when I should be reporting back and coming back in, so that if something happens to me while I'm out here and I don't report back at a certain time, then she can get help on the way. So that's very important. I can't say that enough. Secondly, let's talk about gloves and stuff of that nature. There's a number of gloves out there that will put material on your hands. And I always want to emphasize to you this simple tip. Your body is a heater, which includes your hands and your fingers. Your fingers and your hands are the things that are going to warm up the glove. The glove doesn't sit on the earth and magically heat up unless you put a hand warmer in it. So if you take your fingers and separate them into gloves, into regular fingered gloves, then basically each one of your fingers has to work as a heater. Whereas if you wear something like mittens, and then you can pull the mitten portion off to where you can do work if you need to and put it back on when you don't, then you have the ability to let your fingers work together, in essence, to help keep your hands and your fingers warm. So again, it would be my recommendation that you find some good gloves that you can do this. Now there's a number of these. I've got several pairs of like this. These are just the ones I have on today. Some of them actually have gloves on the inside, regular fingered gloves that you put the mitten over top. Basically what's happening there is heat convection. So the heat comes off your fingers, it stays inside the mitten portion, and the air from the other fingers and being maintained inside the mitten portion works to serve to keep your hands warm. So that's a real simple tip. Also, you can get any number of different hand warmers that you can put into gloves themselves or in your pockets or whatever it might be. Obviously you can get these, I think these are called hot hands. These are disposable, so these have about 10 hours of heat, and Zippo makes some really good ones. Basically these work on Zippo lighter fluid. What you have here is you have basically, whoops, going into the snow. You have here is a little head. You put Zippo lighter fluid in there, you get it lit, and then you put it in this little pouch, and it works exceptionally well. These don't work so well putting them in the glove itself, but this will work good to keep in your pocket, so you can keep your hands in your pocket from time to time, warm up. The other thing to keep in mind is what kind of covering is going to be on the gloves themselves. So this polar fleece, think about it this for a second. This polar fleece on the outside, it really doesn't do anything to help keep me warm if the outside of the glove is covered in those. It's just soft and cuddly and all that kind of cool stuff, so it's marketable. So in essence what this is a snow attractor, because snow is going to attach itself and not fall off. So if you can get gloves that has some sort of some sort of coating on the outside of them, whether it's some kind of polyester or Gore-Tex even covering, or any number of types of gloves you can get where the snow will fall off, then you'll have a better chance to have a glove that is not going to hold moisture. So that's another thought. These are hunting gloves, and so they work really well. And when I'm hunting, depending on what I'm doing, I can keep my hands in my pockets. Even when I'm stalking, I can keep my hands in my pockets if I need to, and then pull them out. But anyway, these are quiet, and they're not quiet if you have some kind of covering on them. However, those are going to be your better choices to have gloves that don't hold the moisture and keep your hands warm. So just some simple tips to help keep your hands warm right out here in cold weather. I'm going to go out and do some hiking, so these mittens are going to work really well for me. If I was out here working on the farm, then I'd probably have another pair that I could flip these off and my fingers would still be covered, so that I could use my hands on the tractor or whatever it might be. So with that said, I hope this helps. If you found this video to be helpful, then give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we'd really encourage you to do so, and we really appreciate that. And all things Nature Reliance School, come on, join in. Let's learn together.